Hello and welcome back to another episode of Death Mark. Today we are going to be starting a new chapter, which is chapter 3. Don't know what spirit we're going to be trying to save or see, but we finished chapter 2 and we are here. So let's begin. It's been 3 days since Shimio's defeat. Mashita and Shu have left, leaving only Christie and I in the mansion. We've not had any new mark bearers arrive, nor any new info on any spirits. Death's afoot. Footsteps keep drawing closer. Good work, Lady Christie and Lord Yashiki. Did you obtain any clues? No, nothing really, I'd hoped, but I see. Lady Seiya's study seemed optimal to contain something of interest. Christie and I just finished investigating Seiya Kujou's study. I don't know whether I say that right. It has been full of mountains of specialised books and piles of reports. It was a daunting task, but we did our best to search through them regardless. I expect it was all futile. Everything was about healing the spirit, nothing mentioned the mark at all. Hey, Mr. Yashiki, don't you think it's useless to keep searching the mansion? You have any other ideas then? Well, remember what I said about Hate Shrine? No, what did you say? What, you lost that memory? It's in the forest by H Castle. I was thinking maybe the shrine is connected to all this spirit stuff. That's what Shimio's notes said, right? Everything happens in the forest if the divine wrath of the Hate Shrine. Then you think the mark and the spirit activity are because of this divine wrath. It's definitely a possibility. Disasters happen in many ghost stories and myths because of the wrath of gods. Isn't there value in looking into it? Maybe. Exactly what I expect from you, always so quick on the uptake. Christie is brimming with confidence. She seems in a much better mood than she was 3 days ago. She's a famous reporter after all, so maybe this is what she's really like. So Mary, I like to go see H Shrine. You don't mind, do you? It is true, many unpleasant rumours surround that forest. If the case is Hate Shrine, there may be some clues there. But even if there are, if it's spiritual, then how are normal humans like us supposed to find it? Christie and I don't have spiritual powers. In that case, could you bring me along with you to Hate Shrine? I should be able to sense the presence of anything spiritual. I can act as a guide as well. You know that shrine? Yes, in truth, it enshrines the guardian deity of the Kujou family. Over the generations, the heads have taken care of the shrine. However, that came to an end after the recent war resolved. As one who serves the Kujus, I am concerned about its present state. Then bringing you along would mean I have to carry you, don't I? As it is impossible for me to walk, I would agree with that assessment. I am sorry to inconvenience you. An overgrown forest in the dead of night. I'm not looking forward to having to carry Mary all the way to the shrine. Just chuck her over your shoulder, fireman style. You look worn out and we haven't left. It's a small price to pay if we can get any hints about the spirits. And that's true. I think Mary's eager about this too, so I'll just have to deal with it, I suppose. Okay, let's go back to the forest. So, let's go back to the forest. Before we leave, we put Mary in the back seat. Thank God she's not as heavy as she looks. I should be able to carry her just fine. If someone chases me, I'm just yeeting around in my arms. By the way, Mr. Yashaki, have you read the files over there? No. I don't know if I have actually. She points to the right side of the room and shower's packed with files. Not yet. I've searched most of the mansion, but I haven't checked the garage. Oh really? Chrissy grabs a file and flips through the pages. Looks like articles on various crimes. The clippings over every incident in H-City and the surrounding area. Was Miss Kujou looking into criminal activity? Any of it look related to the mark? Was she like a police detective or something? No, not as far as I can tell. These are all extremely old. The most recent is dated 5 years ago. She puts the file back. Alright, shall we head out soon? I park outside the entrance of the forest and gather Mary into my arms. We make our way to the familiar arch. There's still a long way to go. A middle-aged man carrying a doll. You're practically a ghost story yourself if someone sees you here. Oh, she's so cute. I am very sorry to cause you such trouble. Mary stares at me as I hold her. Her skin and hair glint bewitchingly when the light from the flashlight catches them. I have not been outside in a long time. To go hiking in the arms of a fine gentleman. It's a very precious experience. She sounds as dispassionate as ever, but is she actually having fun? Still, it is just as the rumours say. This forest is filled with the curses and resentment of the dead. Simply their presence is enough to drive the living mad. The land is tainted, and I can see why it has given birth to monstrous spirits. I bet if you track down the cause of it, is this Christie speaking or her? It'd be the diviner. Let's hurry to the shrine. And this was where I saw the little bunny. We reach the old Tory gate with no trouble. We stand and watch for a while, but nothing comes out of the beehives. They seem to be sleeping. It is most likely because Shimio is now gone. His shrine is up those stone steps. As Mary's direction, we walk towards the gate. A small black shadow flints across her feet. Rabbit! It's that rabbit again. So this is the rabbit you told me about, Lord Iyashiki. You are correct. It is very cute. The rabbit stares up at the two of us. That rabbit just makes a noise, then disappears towards the shrine. What in the world was that about? What do you think, Mary? I felt a strange presence. It appears to be possessed by some kind of soul. So it's a spirit too? Indeed, though it does not appear strong enough to give marks to humans. We know nothing of its true nature, so please proceed with caution. We follow the rabbit under the Torii gate. I accidentally pressed the button. At the top we find the wilderness creeping in. There doesn't seem to be anything here but an old altar. It says Tate Shrine. Sadly, it has fallen into disrepair. The war was over 50 years ago. I suppose this was to be expected. That black rabbit is gone. Deserted shrines give me the creeps. Let's hurry up and get to searching so we don't stay here long. I was going to say the statues don't have heads. Headless Buddha statues are buried in the ground. Creepy. I wonder what happened here. There's a sacred Shimenawa, is that you saying that? Rope on a ragged boulder. I wonder if that's the boulder, if that boulder is a Ikwakura. Sorry if I'm butchering the names. What's that? According to ancient Shinto tradition, it's a sacred rock that a god descends on. It's not uncommon for the rock itself to become an object of devotion. It's a wooden shrine altar. A clouded old mirror serves as a go shintai. Looks like it's true that no one's taken care of this place for a long time. I peek inside the altar just in case, but all I find is a thick layer of dust. The go shinta's outside and the altar's empty. That's concerning. I don't think there's any more we can search. The Buddha statues concern me. Why are all the ones within the shrine missing the heads? Shinto and Buddhism were ordered to be separated during the Meiji period. Before then, many shrines were dedicated to both. Each shrine was much the same, but in the Meiji period, there was a push to make Shinto the main religion. The faiths were forced apart. Extremists stole the Buddhist statues from the shrines and desecrated them. Oh, and the famous anti-Buddhist movement. So this is where that happened. No, it was done in a public space as they wanted to make a show of it. The broken statues were carried here to serve as a memorial for worship. The family head was said to be aggrieved, so we moved them in secret. It seems that all the broken statues from around HC were buried here. Strange. You said they were worshipped, but this place is pretty much a ruin. You have a keen eye, Lord Yashiki. The shrine was subsequently dug up and the statues were stolen. So they came all the way into this huge forest just to carry off broken statues. Who would do something like that? That I do not know. I merely heard they were stolen 50 years ago, around the time of the war. So the statues were broken, thrown away and then dug up. They say the Buddha has a wealth of patience, but even he get mad. Could that anger have turned to divine wrath and given birth to the marking spirits? Mary, have you been able to feel the presence of any spirits or whatever? About that, this land is much more foreboding than I had imagined. The enmity of the forest swallows all else. It is hard to sense beneath it. So too much background noise, right? Yes, although I do sense the same presence as Lady Christie's mark, however faint. I am sure the spirit gave her the mark is somewhere in the forest. So after that, we were only able to reconfirm something we already knew. Forgive me, I was unable to. You don't have to apologise, Mary. We learn plenty of value here. What do you mean? I'll tell you on the way back. First, let's get the hell out of here. This place gives me the creeps. Maybe it'll be the Will Mary sense. We leave H Shrine walking down the beast trail towards the forest entrance. Maybe it's because there's a strange tale, but for some reason I feel like someone is watching us from the darkness of the trees. Who might it be? We begin driving back to the mansion. As we break out the dense forest, I can see buildings and lights pop up here and there. But that was a complete waste of time. My anxiety lifted. I don't even bother to filter the words that slip out my mouth. Oh, I don't think that's true. It's all coming together for me. Without further prodding, Christie starts in on her theory. Passion evident in her voice. I believe Shamil's right. H Shrine is definitely what's causing all the strange stuff in the forest. I'm sure it's some stolen statues. Don't you agree? I wonder. It feels like we just don't have enough info at this point to say one way or the other. But there's no denying there's a lot of strange things are going on in the forest. Between all the suicides and Shumio wandering around, it could have just been coincidence, could it? If we research the shrine, we might learn more about the mark. I feel that that's a lot safer than risking our lives looking for the spirit, don't you think? You might be right. My replies are half-hearted, which isn't what Christie would hope for, so she falls silent. Don't want to talk, woman. An awkward, uncomfortable silence settles. Lord Yakashi, I forgot she was with her. Please stop the car. Mary speaks the first time since we entered the car. What is it? I sense a presence similar to Lady Christie's mark close by. No. Following Mary's request, I park in a vacant rest spot on the outskirts of H City. Christie and I step out the car. My mark is suddenly scolding. Is something nearby? Look, someone's over there. Ah, it's a little girl. A small girl steps out the telephone box. Why is the kid outside this time of night? Thank you for bringing me out here this late at night, Ita. I got to walk with Hanayome. Oh yeah, glad to hear it. A rather round young man appears, stepping out in the shadows. You got your question answered, Zia? Yeah, it's okay now. Hanayome sure is amazing though. She knows where everything is. You got that right. She helped me find my limited edition Love and Hope phone strap I dropped. What's Love and Hero? What? You don't know? They're a popular idol group here. They've been all over the TV lately. I'm surprised you haven't heard. TV's restricted at home. Mom said it rots your brain. Oh, Ita, the bus is coming soon. Oh, the last bus is on its way. We better go. We'll be in real trouble if your mom finds out we went out. Yeah. We watch from a distance for a while, but it's hard to determine the relationship. The pain from my scar is suddenly gone. Hey, Christie, what do you think? I assume, but Christie isn't there. Hey, you there, just how do you know that girl? Depending on your answer, I report you for child abduction. Well, there goes Christie hounding the poor guy. Just calm down. I tried to placate her, but she wouldn't budge. The man stumbled over his words. He looked flustered and overwhelmed. Hey, lady, don't we mean to eat her? The girl rushes to stand defensively in front of him and glares at us. She seems a lot more level-headed than the flustered guy behind her. I'd asked him to help me, okay? I wanted to talk about Hanayome, so I had him come with me. Who is this Hanayome you keep mentioning? A ghost who helps find things. People say that you can talk to her from this telephone box. A ghost, huh? She looks at me. We're both thinking the same thing. Earlier Mark was certain, so maybe. You guys look serious. What's going on? He nervously glances between us. Does this scar look familiar at all? I showed him the mark on my right arm. Hey, hold on, what is that? That looks exactly like mine. He pulls off one of his gloves and reveals the mark on his hand. It's a cursed scar, yeah. I saw an article on it in OOP Arts Monthly. They say it causes amnesia, even kills you. That's nonsense. It's not true at all, right? Sounds like he heard the rumours, but chose to do nothing about it. That's no surprise, really. It's tough to believe it's real until your memory loss becomes noticeable. I've got one of those too. It showed up on my left wrist when I made that phone call earlier. Pulling up her sleeve, she shows us a mark. They both have marks, and after calling Hanayome, that's more than a coincidence. Well, we can't just leave them here. Let's bring them to the mansion. We tell them what's going on and ask them to come to the mansion with us. It surprisingly doesn't take much to get them to come. I thought I'd take more convincing. Could partially be because they missed the last of us who were talking with us. Before they climb in, I warn Mary to stay quiet until we get back. Might be a bad idea to freak them out. First we introduce ourselves. The man's name is Icha Nakamasu. The girl is Shizu Morimaya. They tell us they met through the readers column in Parts Monthly. Suzu mentioned she was interested in Hanayome and Etta told her what he knew. Then she pestered him into bringing her to the room with telephone box. They were out this late because of her. Her parents sound pretty strict. Her mother keeps a close eye on her after school and she needs permission to go out. So she snuck out of the house after her mother went to bed. Hanayome is just as famous as my school as Hanahiko is. Hey Ita, please tell them about those rumours. Do I have to? Okay, fine. Ita reluctantly tells us at Shuyu's request. Story time. They're just rumours I read, but... Hey, remember that one story, the one about the public phone box in H City? There's a ghost that looks like a bride and she'll find what you're looking for. One of my friends actually tried it. He went to a specific phone box that lets you talk to ghosts. The phone suddenly starts ringing. He slowly picked up the phone, but all he could hear was this weird smacking noise. He stayed on the line until... Did you see it? He heard a woman whisper, so he did what the rumours said to do and said, "No, I haven't seen it." So then she said, "What do you want to see?" His cat had gone missing, so he asked where it was. When he looked where the woman said it was really there. So the rumours are totally true. I want to go and ask her where my future bride is now. Oh, wanna come with me? Nah. I carry Mary from the car and gently place her back on the sofa. Arigato gozaimasu. Being in your arms is not bad, but I am most calm when I am here. The doll really talked. I can't see expected that. And does that mean all that stuff about Mark is true too? On the way over, we updated Suyu and Etta with just about all they needed to know. They may not completely believe us, but they're not rejecting it outright either. It seems like Etta in particular has already experienced some memory loss. Something about forgetting the names of anime characters or voice actors. Christie looked at him strange, but he appears to be taking it quite seriously. And she does knock out of the house because she believed the rumours about Hanayome. They both believed in the occult already. I'm pretty sure they'll help us find a way to escape the mark. Granted, they're also really curious about Hanayome. Pardon me, but may I speak? The marks on Shuyu and Etta, they are likely from Hanayome and Lady Christie. The feeling I sense from your mark is the same as theirs, so we can assume Hanayome also gave the mark to you. Do you recall encountering her? Something weird did happen right before I entered the forest. I stepped in the phone box on Tea Mountain. The phone rang out nowhere. Oh, so it might be because of that. The telephone box at the rest area is also in the rumours of Hanayome. But I didn't pick it up. It creeped me out, so I left. I was never able to give that person one final call because of that. Who are you talking about? It is not for children to know. Fine. So there are other phone boxes like that. I think there are 3 that Hanayome will call from. The one we went to in a highway parking lot is one, and one at Tea Mountain Rest area. That's the one Miss Christie went to, and Etta was the last one. At the Park by Tea apartment complex. It's the only one inside the city. But why just those 3 locations? Don't know, the BBS I read didn't say. Mister, do you really think Hanayome is the one who gave us the marks? Of course, but the rumours about Hanayome go back 5 years, and no one's ever mentioned that if you call her, you'll get a mark. Shizu's right. Rumours about this mark thing only popped up super recently. So you're saying Hanayome hasn't always been given out the mark? If that's true, I wonder what triggered the change. Of course, I can't really say, seeing as I don't know anything about spirits. A ghost helping people find what they're looking for. That's pretty strange. Definitely the definition of a ghost story. Hey, Mr. Yashiki, if the rumours are true, why don't we just try asking where the stolen statues are? If we return them to their place, it might just save our lives. So search for the Buddha statues. If Christie's right, we might be able to escape the mark without fighting the spirit. Mary, what do you think? A good question. Objects with human forms are easily able to gain expletical powers. Bleeding stone statues, cursed dolls, there are many examples. Historical statues of gods and Buddhas will certainly be no exception. Asking Hanayome about them would be a good idea. So says the doll before her eyes, as in flexible power to talk. Maybe it wouldn't be strange that Buddha statues could bring down divine wrath. Lord Yagashi, may I add, as I explained previously, your mark is. It is different from the others. Vanquishing spirits seem to weaken your mark's power. It's been several days since you told me that I was going to die. Taking care of the spirits we encountered is likely harm still among the living. What are you trying to say? I cannot say what the relationship between your mark and Hanayome is, but it is true it is in your best interest to track down spirits. I hope you will guide these mark bearers this evening as well. I can't really picture Christie and Etta facing off against the spirit by themselves. If they failed, then a child will suffer the deadly consequences. That would weigh heavily on me. No turning back, I'll figure something out. Thank you. Arigato. Mary bows her head slightly. Now you should begin investigating Hanayome. Why does she only call from 3 public phones within H City? Her secret may lie in the answer. You visited the parking lot already. Please investigate T Mountain and the Park by T apartment complex. So guys, I'm gonna leave it here for today. Next time we are gonna be finding out about Hanayome and seeing what her story is. And that was like a cool like picture though of her dressed as a bride. That was like creepy. So hope you all have a lovely day with whatever plans you got. Please like and subscribe to my channel on this video, and I'll see you all next time in the next episode of Deathmark. So I see you all later. Bye.